The morning sun spilled across the parking lot of Northline Industries. The kind of glow that usually brought calm, but today it sparked chaos. Daniel Carter, a rugged single dad in his mid-30s, rushed across the pavement with his 7-year-old daughters, backpack slung over his shoulder. His tattooed arms were tense, his jaw tight. He was already late to drop Lily at school, and Northline's parking lot was the last place he needed trouble. But trouble arrived anyway. A white sedan suddenly swung in front of his SUV, blocking him in. Brakes screeched. Daniel hit his own brakes so hard Lily's water bottle rolled under the seat. A woman stepped out, blonde hair tied up, heels clicking like gunshots against the pavement. She looked furious enough to set the whole parking lot on fire. And Daniel had no idea why. "Excuse me," she shouted, storming toward him. "Are you out of your mind?" "You almost hit my car." Daniel stepped out, confused. "Ma'am, I didn't even move toward your—" "Oh, save it," she snapped, pointing a sharp finger at him. "People like you make the world unsafe. You're irresponsible and selfish." His brows furrowed. "People like me?" "Yes," she yelled, stepping closer. "Reckless drivers who think the road belongs to them." A few employees gathering near the entrance paused mid-step. Some whispered. Some smirked. Some simply stared. Daniel raised his hands in a calm gesture. "Look, I'm just trying to drop my daughter at school. I'm already late for work. You pulled out without looking." "Oh, really?" She scoffed. "So now it's my fault?" "Unbelievable." Her voice rose, sharp and filled with frustration. Frustration he felt was coming from somewhere far deeper than this minor misunderstanding. Lily peeked out from the SUV window, scared. Daniel clenched his jaw. He didn't want her to see this. "Let's not do this in front of my kid," he said quietly. But the woman only grew angrier. "Then maybe be responsible." She fired back. "You're a grown man. Act like it." A few employees on the sidewalk gasped. Daniel stared at her, really stared. Her confidence, her anger, her intensity. It was familiar. But he didn't recognize her. And she certainly didn't recognize him. She jabbed a finger toward his chest. "People like you shouldn't be allowed to drive, let alone raise a kid." Daniel's face changed. She crossed a line he never tolerated. "Lady," he said, voice low, "you don't know anything about me." "Not one thing," she scoffed. "I don't need to. It's obvious." Daniel stepped closer, not aggressively but firmly. "You're blocking my car." "Move it, now!" "Or what?" She mocked. "You'll blame me again?" "I'm asking one last time." She folded her arms, refusing. Employees whispered louder. The scene was spiraling. And then, just as Daniel inhaled to speak again, the building's security guard rushed toward them. Sir," he said breathlessly. "You're needed inside. The new chief executive officer is arriving today." "Everyone has to stand by." Daniel pinched his nose. "Great, perfect timing." The woman huffed. "That's right. Go. Maybe I can finally park without a man acting entitled." Daniel's patience snapped, but before he could say anything, a black corporate car rolled into the lot. Every employee straightened, nervous. Everyone watched. The door opened. Heels stepped out. The woman turned, and her face drained of color, because standing in the doorway was Hannah McAllister, the new CEO of Northline Industries, and the woman she had just screamed at. But it was Daniel's turn to freeze, because the furious woman blocking his car was Hannah McAllister herself, the new CEO, his boss, and she had no idea. Not yet, but she was about to find out. Hannah's eyes widened the moment she saw the scene. The blonde woman pointing aggressively, Daniel standing firm, and employees watching like an unfolding scandal. The blonde woman, Ava, straightened awkwardly. "Oh, Ms. McAllister," she said quickly. "I was just addressing a problem." This man was driving recklessly. Daniel exhaled a slow, tired sigh. "He almost hit me," Ava continued. "I was only trying to keep the parking lot safe." Hannah lifted an eyebrow. "Is that so?" Ava nodded rapidly, desperate to defend herself. Then Hannah turned to Daniel. "Is your daughter okay?" she asked gently. Ava blinked in shock. You know him?" Hannah's expression softened. "Daniel works here, and he's one of the most reliable employees we have." A chorus of whispers erupted among the staff. Ava's mouth slowly fell open. Daniel didn't smirk or gloat. Instead, he lowered his head slightly, embarrassed by the attention. Ava looked between the two, confused. But he looked rude. And the way he Hannah raised a hand, silencing her. Ava, she said calmly, I saw you cut across 2 lanes without signaling. Ava froze. And I saw you block his vehicle, Hannah continued. Then yell at him in front of his child. Daniel stared at the ground. He hated scenes. He hated attention. And he really hated when Lily's morning was disrupted. Ava swallowed hard. Ms. McAllister, I didn't realize he was your boss, Hannah finished gently. Or that he deserved respect even if he wasn't. Ava's cheeks turned crimson. Silence thickened around them. Finally, Ava's shoulders slumped. I'm sorry, she whispered. I shouldn't have yelled. I overreacted. Daniel nodded slightly but remained quiet. He wasn't sure what to say. Hannah stepped forward. Daniel, take Lily to school. You're excused for the first hour. He looked up, surprised. You don't have to. I insist, she said with a warm smile. Your daughter comes first. Ava watched, stunned. As Daniel opened his car door, Lily peeked out again. Hannah waved at her, and Lily smiled shyly. The tension melted. Ava approached Daniel hesitantly. Look, I really am sorry, she murmured. I shouldn't have judged you. Daniel gave a tired smile. It's okay, just don't yell at people in front of their kids. You never know what someone's dealing with. Ava nodded, eyes softening. But Hannah wasn't done. She addressed the crowd. Let this be a reminder, she said firmly. Respect comes first, no matter who you think someone is. The employees nodded solemnly. As Daniel drove away with Lily, Ava stood frozen, realizing she hadn't just argued with a stranger. She had argued with her own boss. And yet, instead of punishing her, Daniel simply walked away, leaving her with a lesson she would never forget. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more powerful stories.